We have watched the absolute exposure of the most incompetent, reserve your applause to the end. Nobody can hide from this. Nobody can hide from it. There's no excuses. This is the most wealthiest state in the 50. We pay the most in taxes, we pay the most in gas, we pay the most in electricity. You name it, if it's in California, we pay the most for it. Why? Why? Because of our government. Why? Because of things that Sacramento does because they can. Our flag of this state is an absolute abject lie. The flag says California Republic. It is not. A republic is where the people decide and the people have their way. What has happened to California? And you prove me wrong. I challenge you today, if you don't like what I'm about to say. California has been under unmitigated Democrat, 100% power control. Democrat, supermajority. What does that mean, supermajority? It means nobody can oppose their decision making. And now you've got it. You've got a situation where a catastrophe came and the billions of dollars that you and I gave was diverted to other woke, stupid Democrat projects. That's not hyperbole, it is a fact. You don't like it, change your party. If you don't like it, change different. But I'm telling you right now, I'm upset and I'm angry, and it's the right kind of anger. I'm telling you this right now. When you open up a fire hydrant and nothing comes out, and then Joe Biden says, it's because we need electricity. It was turned off for the fire hydrant to turn on. In some cases, that might be true. If the fire hydrants are on top of a mountain, you need a motor to drive the water up. That's extremely rare, and it wasn't the case in these fires. Bad management, horrific politicians who took your money and took trips like Karen Bass, the mayor of LA. She decided to go to Africa the week of the fires to be on a little trip that you paid for. She was really put out when she was told to come home. It didn't look bad. I mean, it didn't look good, that it looked very bad. You've got Gavin Newsom flying down here and then at a command center laughing it up with some people, and it's caught on tape, while he spends 9 point so many millions of probably your dollars to buy himself a new house. It's time to replace the leadership in California. You don't need any more examples. These fires could have been stopped. We're California. We have Santa Ana winds. Southern California is predominantly very arid. We know this. We've known this for hundreds and hundreds of years. But let me ask you something. What have we done to strengthen the infrastructure of our water system? Answer, nothing. We've done the exact opposite. We have built homes, and listen, the system that's in place now, it was built under a system whereby California had half the amount of its population, and we never beefed up our reservoirs. We never built new dams. We never held the water because Gavin Newsom and Jerry Brown and Dianne Feinstein, Barbara Boxer, Nancy Pelosi thought it was a great idea to send the water out to the ocean. And so I got a hold of a particular man that can do something about it, and I said, guess what? I spent a lot of time in Israel. Israel is a water-independent nation. And Israel draws water from the Pacific. I said, why don't you run for governor, and why don't you get desalination plants built in California? If Israel can do it, we can do it. And let's make California a water-independent state. Because we've got the biggest water supply off the coast of California right now. And we can build cisterns. We can learn that from the Romans. We can learn that from the Israelis. And California never has to worry again about, and I don't know, I don't think I have the video. I was so mad when I saw an LA County fireman running over to a dripping, broken faucet from someone's house with what looked like a potted plant holder. The plant was removed. He's waiting for this thing to fill up. He runs about 60 feet over to where there's a fire at a house and pours about 2 gallons of water onto a fire. And I thought, this is a third world state. It's unacceptable, or give us our money back. And so I have asked someone to run for governor. I'm pleading with him to run for governor. He lives, don't hold this against him, he lives in the San Francisco Bay Area. He loves America. It's not that he just loves America. He moved from Europe because he loves California. And I asked last night, Steve Hilton, would you run for governor? Because I'm behind you, I will support you. Steve Hilton, I want you to become familiar with Steve Hilton. Go to Google Steve Hilton, follow him. Listen, get ready, people, because the Democrat Party not only failed the United States, it is obvious it has failed California. They've had unmitigated power. They did nothing with it but destroy us. And we are going to change. And listen, I told you before, I'm not a fan of the Republican Party either. But Steve lives in California. He immigrated from England to California. He's not leaving. And I'm asking Steve, church, why don't you stand up? Why don't you stand up? Why don't you point to that camera? Turn around, church. Point to that camera right in the middle. Steve, we are asking you to run for governor of California so that you can get this ship righted. And we want you to run, and we want you to have your policies implemented. Listen, okay, that's enough. We will do everything possible. We want to help you. We think the houses of faith should help you. Churches should get involved to help in crises like this. And by the way, while I'm at it, Karen Bass should be removed from office today. She should be thankful that John Adams or Samuel Adams, George Washington or John Hancock are not in power right now. Because she would be arrested for dereliction of duty, which cost people their lives, and she would be hung, according to our colonial fathers. Well, listen, we can hang the Democrat Party and the Rhino Republicans in the next election in 2026. Number one, Steve Hilton has got to run for governor. Steve, I don't know if you're watching this right now, but I know someone will get this to you. And the second thing is, in the mayoral elections of Los Angeles, when Karen Bass won, this is a shocker. There was a man who ran against her who loves California and he loves LA. He's got billions of dollars invested in Southern California. I've never met him. He doesn't know I'm doing this. But Rick Caruso needs to run for mayor of Los Angeles again. You say, Jackie's a Democrat. You know what? He's a Democrat who loves LA, and he's not Karen Bass. He's got a lot committed of his own money. He employs thousands of people. He wants what's best. And just to show you that I'm no bigot, Steve, I think, is a Republican, and Caruso's a Democrat. There, I'm super fair, aren't I? There you go. But listen, California's my home, born and raised here, probably be dying here. I will not back down from a fight. I'm not going to run for office, never, but I will support those with blood, sweat, and tears and money if necessary to get the right people elected. Because the Bible says when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people groan. And I'm convinced now the word groan probably means catch fire, grill. When the wicked rule, the people grill. No pun intended. It's time for us to do something. And I'm asking right now, putting you on the spot, Steve Hilton from Fox News, Steve Hilton from Steve Hilton, Make California Golden Again. I want you to run. We're asking you, do we not want a good man to run? So that's it. God bless you. Have a great night.